From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends, produced by Michael Leonetti. Sandy Kastel has been entertaining audiences for years on stage, screen, radio, and television. And for the next 60 minutes, she'll be talking with local and international performers, artists, authors, celebrities, and more, with special features like women in music and arts, shopping at Smith's, cooking with Chef Michael, and staying fit and fabulous forever. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Sandy Kastel.
Good morning, and welcome to the Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And we've also got the team of Vegas Unwrapped with us, and Aaron Phillips. So we've also got Barbara McNally, who's going to be calling in. She's the author of Unbridled, and also Sugar Blue, who is a famous harmonicist player who plays with the Rolling Stones and other people. So, Chef Michael, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking.
Good.
Well, let me tell you what happened last night.
Tell them what happened last night over at Tuscany.
Yeah, we go to the Tuscany to set up the equipment, and it was a wonderful time. And, as you know, as you get older in life, your body changes. You can't eat the foods that you used to eat. I remember, man, me and my grandmother would eat sausage and peppers and all kinds of great. Today, at the age of 62, you got to watch what you eat. I got up this morning, and I had some nice cereal and some milk, and that was it. Well, last night I go to the Tuscany, and tonight's our big debut there tonight, and so we're almost sold out. Tickets are, the show's, yes, people are coming in. The Grassos, naturally, total support. We're very excited. He's got some his special friends that flew in from Connecticut to see him, and they're staying at the Wynn Hotel, and he's taking a whole group of people to sit at the table to listen to the show.
They come in on a limo?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Carl, well, no, Brinks truck. Carl had his own Brinks truck. So what happened is that we go there, and Jerry comes out, my dear friend, the chef, and I got to tell you something. This kid's not Italian. And I said something, and me and Tom Nelly are sitting down. Tom's a great ballad. He's the king of the balladeers. You know what I mean? Tom is great. I know Tom 20 years. So me and Tom says, we meet at one of the restaurants. He says, I live around the corner. He says, I'll help you bring your stuff. I hurt my knee. My knee's killing me. So anyway, this kid was so nice. He comes up to the place, and we unpack everything. And here comes Jerry, the chef, and he sits down, and we start talking. And I says to Tom Nelly, I said, Tom, I got to tell you something. You would not believe that this kid's meatballs. I said, no, I want to say something. It's going to sound very conceited, okay? But I can say this because we're friends. I said, I am Rocky Marciano when it comes to cooking. That's a pretty tough statement to make.
Marciano?
Yeah. The champion. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Because there's people that are good. The champ.
That's right.
I said, but Jerry, I got to tell you something. You are phenomenal. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, believe me when I'm telling you. All my life, I had tremendous accolades by so many wonderful people, in my cooking abilities, and I'll be honest, from the mob guys back in the 70s, when you cook for them guys, you had to be good. You had to be good because it was a different era. And I was very blessed to cook and make them do something. Jimmy Roselli was a great singer, great Neapolitan singer, and he wrote a book. It says, I make the wise guys cry. Because his songs were so great, the mob guys would be in tears, the Neapolitan songs. And when I cook, and many times, and Sandy could attest to this, people come to my house like, oh my God, Mike, I never tasted something so good. And that's true. And what it is, I thank my grandmother, my Aunt Mariette, my Uncle Tony, my Aunt Louise, all my family and friends, people that I learned as a child. And I'm going to tell you that I got to tell you that Jerry's cooking at the Tuscany. You know what I mean? And like I said, everybody knows we were at Sienna's, and their food's good. Don't get me wrong. And there's a lot. They got nice food. But I'm telling you something, folks. This kid ain't no joke. His meatball was neck and neck to mine. That's how good it was, and the sauce was phenomenal.
You mean the gravy? They don't call it sauce, right?
Well, yeah, right.
We're supposed to call it gravy.
Great. So anyway, Tom Nelly turns around and says, Mike, I haven't tasted a good meatball. So Jerry says, he says to the waiter, go get me a meatball for Tom Nelly. Put a little sauce in it. I said, you got to try this kid's cheesecake. Now, I'm going to tell you something, fellas. Listen to me. I'm not a cheesecake guy. I don't like cannolis. I was never a sweet eater. Mm-hmm. Some people love sweets. They die for sweets, right? Aaron Phillips dies for sweets.
Yes.
I don't care. You can do away. Me, I'm a macaroni guy. Give me a salami sandwich. I'm easy. I'm an East Coast kid. I never in my life tasted cheesecake as moist. It's like receiving Holy Communion. That's how damn good this kid's cheesecake is. So Tom Nelly eats the meatball, and I watch him. He gets the bread, takes the bread, and the bread that they got up here is East Coast bread. Mm-hmm. And he cleans the whole bowl with the bread. I said, Tom, for a guy that didn't want nothing to eat, he did a hell of a good job. And then, sure enough, Sandy, we taste the cheesecake. Oh. And Tom just looked at me and said, Mike, oh my God. Because usually cheesecake is dry when they buy it. It's in the refrigerator. It's tacky. Mm-hmm. It's pasty. This cheesecake melts in your mouth. And I'm telling you, folks, I know people say, I don't want to drive to Henderson. Well, guess what? Do yourself a favor. And I'm telling you something, no joke, pound for pound. This is only my opinion. Only my opinion. The Tuscany has got the best Italian cuisine in Las Vegas until I open my own place.
And not only that,
have competition.
Not only that, these guys, Mike and Jerry and Lou, Mike came from DiMartino's. Okay, so he's got a history with an amazing Italian restaurant here. That's one where all the locals would go. And also, Lou and Jerry were with Philip's Supper House for years. And as you know, Philip's Supper House was an amazing place. And because of these guys, I mean, the prime rib, they have a prime rib night here at Tuscany Grill on Monday nights.
Hold it, Sand. Wait a minute. Everybody, stop what you're doing and listen to Sandy Kastel. You're not going to believe this. Tell him.
It's amazing.
Tell Jerry what Jerry told us yesterday for Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night they have prime rib, baked potato, cheesecake, salad, all for $20.
Oh.
$20.
When are we going?
Oh my God! They said they were packed on Monday night, and they were there till 2:00 in the morning because they had so many people there. That came in for their dinner.
Now see what you just said, Sandy.
What?
This is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. People today are tired of paying big bucks for food.
Oh, I know. We went someplace the other night, and Michael had a steak. It was $50.
$50 for a steak.
I mean, it was a good steak.
I don't want to mention the name,
but $50.
$50.
And this was not. You didn't get a show.
No show with that one.
You didn't get a show with it. That's for sure.
That and a spinach salad on the side.
Yeah.
I got the bill. It was me and Sandy, right?
And an Arnold Palmer. It's not like he's drinking alcohol or anything.
I don't drink. $93. Wow. And I left a $20 tip. I said, and I looked at Sandy, the average guy. You know what I'm trying to say to you? The average guy that has a family. You want to take your family out, but these people? How could you go pick up a $200-$300 bill?
You can't.
That's the reason why.
Not every single night. No. Oh my gosh, But
when we open up our supper club, I'm going to tell you something. All right, because the Tuscany has showed me something. Not only that their food is great and their
generosity,
and what they do, and they got that whole town sewed up. And me and Sandy, and I swear to you, I am so excited for tonight that we are performing there for these people because they don't have entertainment. There's nothing up there. You realize that?
Yeah.
There's no kind of entertainment at that side of town.
I know, in Henderson, right. and it's a beautiful area up there.
My God.
It's just lovely. And it's not too, you just go up the 215. Like if you come in from the west side, you go up the 215, you get off at Eastern, you go straight up Eastern, and right past Horizon Ridge, there it is. And, so it's really a nice location and a beautiful spot. And these guys, I asked Jerry the other day, and I got to say this again, they're very humble. I said, Jerry, what do you want us to put in your commercial? He says, well, just tell them we're three simple guys, just regular guys, and we just want everybody to come out and have a good time and have a good meal.
And do you know something which is funny?
Yeah.
I never had the pleasure of really knowing Sinatra. I was around his company, and they said, this guy ain't a nice guy. And I understand why. You know what I mean? Jilly Rizzo, I told this story once before. I did a show and I was invited to see Sinatra. And to make a long story short, I must have spent 30 seconds with the guy. Because a friend named Frank Potenza, who's long gone now, he was the guard that was on the Jimmy Kimmel show. Frank was the head security for Caesars. Come to my house for dinner all the time. He said, I got to make you meet Sinatra. We go see him, and I walk into Caesar's Palace, and we're at the barge, and I walk up to him, and he says, don't call him Frank, call him Mr. Sinatra. And I shook his hand. He said, "Hey, kid." He shook my hand like a little kid, like you grab, not a handshake,
Just the fingers.
just the fingers, right? And he says, "Yeah, I heard you sing." I said, "Yeah, I'm singing at the Marina Hotel. This is 1975. I'd love you to come to see me, hear me sing." "Yeah, if I get a chance."
Because Sinatra's going to come and hear him sing, of
Which
course.
he never
sit in the
did.
audience, yeah.
So anyway, he gets up and he says, "Okay, kid, thank you." He says to Jilly, "Take the kid back, get him what he wants." So I'm walking back and I look at Jilly Rizzo, and Jilly was his Luco Brazzi, because he was with Sinatra. Do you understand? When nobody wanted him. Mm-hmm. And I'm walking down, I'm 23, 24 years old, and I looked at Jilly Rizzo, and Jilly was about 6'3". The guy had hands like Sonny Liston. I mean, he was Sinatra's boy, Beside Pudgy was another, Poochie was another of his henchmen. So anyway, I said, "Hey, Jill," I said, "Oh, Manon," I said, "You and Sinatra are like this," and I crossed my fingers.
Frank,
like really close. I said, "Yeah, you and Frank." No, I didn't say Frank. I said,
you didn't?
No,
you said Sinatra.
I said, "You and Sinatra are like this," and he stopped dead in his tracks and gave me a look that till this day, at the age of 62, when them guys look at you, you know these guys mean business. He said, "Let me tell you something, kid." He said, "I was with Sinatra and nobody wanted him. This is Sinatra's world. You're just living in it. Do you understand?" And I looked at him. I said, "Yeah, I didn't mean anything by it." He said, "Yeah, all right, come on." So anyway, I go back to the barge, and at the time I was married, and he looked at the barge. He says, "Give these kids, give these kids what they want." He says, "It's on Mr. Sinatra." I said, "Thank you, Mr. Rizzo." I went, "Yeah, all right." And he walked away. And I never forgot that. Because what happens is when you have trials and tribulations in your life, you become hard. You know what I'm trying to say to you? You change in life. Things change. And when you get guys like Jerry and Mike, that these guys are so damn successful, to be as humble as these guys are. There's a few restaurants in this town need to take some lessons how to treat somebody. They don't know what to do for the band. Not, "I'll give you 30% off." We'll feed the band. What do they want, Mike? What could we do? This is the Grasso
like the
table.
old days. Like the old days. They took care of you.
He stuck the Grasso table
Seriously,
right in the front.
Yeah.
Rearranged his place right in the front. Took his main spot and rearranged it to put a stage in there. So Jerry, Mike, Lou, Sandy, and I love you. I'm indebted to you, and whatever we can do for you, you have our undivided attention.
That's right. Thank you, guys. Well, Chef Michael, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Chef Michael here, and we've got the Vegas Unwrapped guys.
Not
here
the
with
Vegas
us,
Unwrapped
Ricky
guys.
Cash and Aaron Phillips.
Yeah.
And we've also got Barbara McNally, who's going to be calling in. She's the author of Unbridled. It's a fabulous book, and it's a fabulous story. And we've also got Sugar Blues.
Not Sugar Blues.
Sugar Blue harmonica. With the Rolling Stones. So we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
731-1230. Where's my friends? Come on, give me a call. I miss you, buddy.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Chef Michael, we've got Barbara McNally on the line now. Hi, Barbara. How are you?
Great, Sandy. Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, this is the book. It's called Unbridled, a memoir. Now, you wrote this book after you went through a divorce, after your life changed. And tell us a little bit about it, Barbara.
Well, it's got a bit of everything to entertain you there in Vegas, an erotic encounter in an ancient castle, an exploration into our hedonistic side as proved at a nude beach in Jamaica, and most importantly, the ending showcases personal freedom. I think most people live lives of quiet desperation and die with the music still in them, but after reading Unbridled, you'll want to go on an adventure of your own.
Does that sound interesting, guys?
I'll take two.
These guys are sitting there, they're going, oh, every time.
You had me on hedonism.
Yeah, that was it. Me too.
You know what, Barbara? We've got Chef Michael here with us, and as you know, he always starts us out with a special recipe. And since you're on the line with us today, could you let him know what your special Italian dishes are? Or one at least. Pick one Italian dish that he can give you the recipe for.
Well, pasta primavera is always healthy, and especially if you're going to a nude beach, right?
Well, Italian people like fat women. We like our women with some meat on them. So we like to give them pasta fazool versus pasta primavera. Well, pasta primavera is really a simple dish to make.
There's always other sides to it.
But I would like to give you the pasta primavera. I'm going to give you a simple shortcut that's very good. Okay? The pasta primavera has in it broccoli and carrots, as you well know, and peas. Okay? Believe it or not, on a pasta primavera, it's a cream sauce. Did you know that? Barbara?
Oh, I make it with a white wine.
Well, you could make it with white wine, but you know what the key to pasta primavera is? And a lot of restaurants do it. You ready for this, Barbara? I'm going to give you a hidden secret. See, you can't get in. You might get into that castle that you wrote about, but you can't get into the restaurants. Is cream of mushroom soup. You open up a can of cream of mushroom soup, and that is the base, the key to primavera, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Ain't that amazing? So when you go home, do whatever that you normally do to make your primavera, because what that is an Alfredo sauce. That's exactly what it is. It's like a pasta Alfredo. The Alfredo, not fettuccine. When people say fettuccine Alfredo, fettuccine's the pasta, Alfredo's the sauce. It's a white sauce. You can do with the white wine. You can do with the butter, the garlic, your cream, and your Parmesan cheese. There's your base. But I'm telling you, if you try a can, now 2 cans for 4 people, 2 cans of the cream of mushroom soup in what you make, those people will go out of their mind. And you don't have to put any flour, cornstarch to tighten it up. The sauce from the can of Campbell's cream of mushroom will make it thick and will give it that base.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Isn't that
You're
marvelous?
tantalizing me.
Isn't that marvelous? And I want to give you one more recipe that's easy. For a roast beef, Italian roast beef. You ready for this? Since I mentioned Campbell's soup. What you do is you get yourself a chuck roast, which is the most inexpensive piece of meat you can buy. And I say this because my recipes are for people that could afford it. Because there's a lot of restaurants and TV shows out there, but we don't cook like that. But what we do is you go to the store, you buy yourself a 6-7 pound roast, and you buy yourself 5 cans of French onion soup. You go home, take the roast out of the wrap it. Make sure you always wash your roast, and please don't do like my first wife did. She used cleanser. Please don't do that. She was washing them with cleanser. It was incredible. But get your roast and run it under water, and then put it in a pan, and then get 5 to 6 cans of French onion soup. Throw that in there with 6 cans of water. Add a couple fresh onions, and you add a little bit of salt, parsley, granulated garlic, and you cover it, and you put it in the oven for 5 to 6 hours at 350 degrees. Listen to me. You can get a spoon, and you can cut that meat, and the juice. The al juice is so delicious, it's to die for. And that's my second recipe. See how simple things are?
Sounds delicious.
And give it a try when you're reading your book to your friends. And in fact, you'll get proposals from people because you'll be a great cook.
So Barbara, you felt like you were the perfect wife at one time, and then when that all changed, it seems like you decided that there was a reason that you had to get this information out in your book to share with other people. Now, is this a fiction book? It says a memoir, though. It's actually a memoir.
It's a memoir, so it's nonfiction. And it does tie in with him saying getting a great husband. I started a foundation. The memoir ends different than most in that I'm unbridled, single, and I started a foundation called Mother, Lover, Fighter, Sage. So yes, I was the perfect mother and cook and nurturer, but my life was a bit compartmentalized. So as women, we are givers, and it's fabulous to be great cooks and be nurturing, but also the lover, the passionate, playful, sensual side of a woman, the fighter, the assertive, goal-driven side of a woman, and the sage, the intuitive, spiritual, wise side of a woman. So this is a journey of me living out these dimensions, not compartmentalized, but integrating them. And
what all of us women, not necessarily balancing, but all of us women are wanting to live out all these dimensions. Even though we do enjoy cooking for our man. I'm not trying to
Well,
that.
you need to talk to Sandy because she refuses to cook.
Well, I've been cooking since I was 4 years old,
Yeah, no, 3.
Barbara. And but when you have somebody that comes into your life and takes over the kitchen and spoils you with all these wonderful meals, it's kind of hard to get back in there again because. And I've never had a man cook for me, and now until Michael, and so it's really a nice.
I became a
treat.
slave. Barbara, let me ask you a question. What's your nationality?
Well, I'm Irish, and the book is about going back to my Irish roots. And they say from whence we came helps us go forward. So the book might inspire other people to go back to their roots. Even if they can't go all the way to the country they're from, they can still study their roots and get that part of them. I'm very Irish. They say I'm a drunk lover of life. I found strong women in my past. The Irish have never been owned, very rebellious. So for me to be a subservient housewife probably is not in my genes.
Well, I got to tell you, Barbara, I was married to I was married twice in my life, and both were Irish women. Italian guys, Italians, we don't go for Italian girls because my father, when I years ago, they matched marriages, and my father picked up the phone, Barbara, and called Sicily 67272, and I got a beautiful, gorgeous Italian girl shipped in from Italy. She gets off and she looked exactly like Sophie Loren. I figured this is the best. I'm happy. I had one kid. She grew a mustache like my Uncle Tony.
You see what I live with all the time, right, Barbara? But I got
no, that's the lover. That's the passionate, playful, fun side. We need that in life.
And you know what? It's interesting that you mentioned this because I've always felt the same way. I felt that, there's a lot of sides to me and throughout my life, and I'm sure there's other women out there that have felt this way, and you actually just stated that. I feel like there were different, there are different sides, like you said. There's the mother, there's a nurturer, the lover, I'm a performer, so when I'm out on stage, there's that aspect of me. And then when I'm nurturing, when I'm with somebody and there's kids around and I'm nurturing, there's that side of me, like Mother Earth, And then if somebody would meet me at one stage or the other, it seemed like, well, that's all they wanted, and then they didn't know how to handle the other part of me. And I'm like, but all of these sides make up who we are. And men are the same, too. I mean, we're not just talking about something that's just, to women. It's just that we happen to be women and we talk about it because we're women, because we have that experience. And a man could talk about his different sides, too, I'm sure, if he wrote a book. Yeah. So what was the most pivotal thing, though? I mean, I know it was you said, you went through the divorce, but what was the most pivotal point in your life when you said, okay, now what made you really write the book?
Well, it was about my personal journey, and I had a life-changing experience while in Jamaica. I was working at an orphanage where the girls had no life choices but prostitution or join a nunnery or be on the streets. So it was at this moment that I decided to help in my own backyard. So when I came home in the course of publishing my memoir, Unbridled, I established a foundation to help women from all walks of life live fully, authentically, and expressing each of these 4 dimensions I explored on my personal journey. And these are the ageless faces of femininity. And tomorrow I'm having a spa day for the wives of wounded warriors. Here in San Diego, we have 30 women coming to just experience their feminine side. A spa day takes place at the Hotel Del and includes massages, facials, workshops.
Honey, can you take care of the show tomorrow?
I'll be glad to. I'll have something to say.
That is great. That is great. It's at the Hotel Del Coronado in San Diego.
Correct.
That's beautiful,
nice.
beautiful location, too. Beautiful space. And so you've got 30 women that are going to be there? 30 wives?
Yes. And the primary focus of the foundation is to assist the wives of wounded warriors. So your contribution through purchasing Unbridled or making a donation to the website, it's www.unbridledfreedom.com, will help to provide a spa day for women who are wounded themselves, as their lives have been changed forever as well.
That's wonderful. So what is your website again?
It's www.unbridledfreedom.com.
Okay, so we're going to post this on our Facebook too, so we can let everybody know. And we've got the guys here from Vegas Unwrapped. They have a show that they do online on Vegas All Net Radio, and in a few minutes they're going to be giving us some Oh wait,
Unbridled treasures. Unbridled treasures.
Something like that. Hidden treasures. I always say hidden treasures, but it's not true. But they're going to be revealing some things here locally that not everybody knows about, because a lot of people, they think about Vegas and all they think about is the Strip, and there's a lot of really good things going on around town that they're going to be talking about in a few minutes. So hold on, Barbara, and we're going to go to a brief pause, a brief break, and then we'll be right back. Okay? All right.
That's
if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And we've got on the line Barbara McNally, who just finished releasing this book called Unbridled, a memoir. And also, we're going to be back with the team of
Phillips and Cash.
The Vegas Unwrapped team. Ricky Cash and Aaron Phillips. We'll be right back.
Show that's fun. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. We've also got the team of Vegas Unwrapped here with us, Ricky Cash and Aaron Phillips. And we've got Barbara McNally, the author of Unbridled, a memoir. She's on the line with us now. And Barbara, the guys were just asking me if you reach out to other communities besides San Diego to do what you're doing with your foundation.
Well, absolutely. If you go to my website, I sponsor other organizations such as Seroptimus, which is national to help stop sex trafficking or help the girls that have escaped it. They build homes. Project Sarah for domestic abuse. Dress for Success is national, and next week I'll be speaking to them. And Peace House, another organization for women who have been abused. And I'm also want to give a challenge to Vegas. I sponsor Spa Day here in San Diego, but I would love to see a Spa Day sponsored for the wives of wounded warriors in every city throughout the United States. So I only do it in San Diego because that's my backyard, but I'm sure there's military in most backyards, including Vegas, that they could do a Spa Day there too.
Oh, there certainly is. And also, I don't know if you know this, but we have an organization called Women and Men in Music and Arts, and what we do is raise money for scholarships for the arts. And this is empowering artists of all ages through education, mentoring, and scholarships. So, yeah, we would love to team up with WEMA and you and do an event like that here in Las Vegas. So let's talk about it afterwards.
That sounds fabulous.
Let's get on the phone
I would love
together.
to do that.
Now, also, right now, the guys are going to give us a little feature here. And what's it called, guys?
Unwrapped treasures.
There you go. I'm always calling it hidden treasures. But see, they are hidden until they unwrap them for us. So it's Ricky Cash and Aaron Phillips. Let's hear what you've got to share with us today.
All right. Thank you, Sandy. By the way, Cash, before we get started, I want to unwrap a number for you first real quickly.
Okay.
5775.
Yes.
What is it?
It's Jewish New Year.
Starting tonight, we want to wish everybody a happy Rosh Hashanah and a good Yontif and a happy and a healthy New Year.
I was there from the beginning.
I know, you covered it. I know. When Moses came down the mountain,
right,
you were
I was
there.
with him.
All right. Thursday, September 25th from noon to 8 p.m. is the 15th annual Super Run Classic Car Show official kickoff event. This is being held down at the Fiesta Henderson Hotel, 777 West Lake Mead Parkway. Let's just say that the event is the entire weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And for more information, the best part is it's free spectator admission. There's going to be hot rods, vehicles, hubcap art gallery, retro fashion show, you name it. Go to visithendersonlive.com, the website, or give them a call at 702-267-2171 for more info.
Really good. You know, the next one really surprised me because back in the day, they used to have book burnings,
right?
And people were, trying to get books taken out of school libraries and stuff like that. I'm amazed to hear that stuff is still in existence today.
Amazing, isn't it?
Sure, because here tomorrow night, Thursday night, Uncensored Voices celebrating your freedom to read, co-sponsored by the ACLU of Nevada.
That's great.
It's over at our favorite place, the main theater of the Clark County Library, 1401 East Flamingo Road, and listen to this. They fight censorship and celebrate your freedom to read during Banned Book Week. I can't believe that they're still doing this kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get up to the modern era, Ricky, and find out a little bit more about it. I'd love to go, but it interferes with our show. But for all of you out there, go to this, right? and then listen to us on a podcast.
There you go. Absolutely. So it's down at the main library, you said, yes?
7 o'clock.
There you go. Business 101. Las Vegas is an entrepreneur city, so how to start your own business. Here's some startup basics. It's co-sponsored by SCORE, which stands for Service Corps of Retired Executives. Thursday, September 25th, 6 p.m. Actually, you can do this right before you go read your favorite book because it's at the Jewel Box Theater at the Clark County Library, 1401 East Flamingo Road. So if you're thinking about starting a business, this is the place to go.
Unbelievable.
Next one's your favorite subject.
What, eating?
Food.
Yeah, I know. Right. St. John the Baptist Greek Orthodox Church, 5300 South El Camino Road, and that's on the corner of Hacienda and Jones. 42 years of Greek dancing, Greek music, Greek food, just plain fun and excitement.
It's a good old Greek festival, right?
It is the Greek festival, and the festival is being held Thursday, right, the 25th from 5 to 10, Friday the 26th from 3 to 11, Saturday the 27th from noon to 11 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 10 on the church's beautiful grounds. And I want to tell you, I've been there a couple of times. You know, you get the San Gennaro Festival 1 week, and 3 weeks later they do this, and 30 pounds later, you know, you realize, wait a minute, I better start working out.
Well, there you go, because then right after that, you can go to the Nevada Pep Run Walk Roll Against Bullying if you want to get back into exercise.
Oh, Pep.
Yeah,
That's
Pep,
right.
September 27th at 7 a.m., kicking off at Finley Chevrolet over at 6800 South Torrey Pines Drive. Take steps statewide to stop bullying. We know that's an issue. You can advance register for $35 for the 5K, $40 if you register the day of the event. For more information, go to www.nvpep.org.
You know, we have a very serious crisis here in the Valley, and that's a lack of blood that the hospitals need for transfusions. So the United Blood Services co-sponsoring a fall blood drive, Saturday the 27th, 11 to 3, of course, at our favorite place, the library, right? 1401 East Flamingo.
I give blood.
You know, and I do that too.
Yeah.
But you know, only 3 people out of 100 donate on a regular basis. So get out there and do it, because you know what? You're going to save a life.
Could be your own.
Or somebody in your family, or somebody you don't know. But if you can save a life, what a job.
Last one for me, Cash. USA Ballroom Dance. This is for ages 13 and up. Saturday, September 27th, 7 to 10:30 p.m. You can also get a dance lesson at 7:30. This is at the Charleston Heights Arts Center, 800 South Brush Street. For more information and registration costs, you can call 702-229-6383 or 702-260-0772.
Okay, my last one is, how about getting an early start on Oktoberfest?
There you go.
Right? Saturday the 27th from 8 p.m. to 11, the Desert Hops International Beer Festival. Shall I say any more? It's at the Boulevard Pool at the Cosmopolitan, 3708 Las Vegas Boulevard South, and you can enjoy 150 beers from 25 countries. Now, my suggestion is, don't do it all at once.
No. And make sure you eat before you start drinking.
Wow.
So
those
right. stuff.
So this is some unwrapped treasures, my friends.
Thank
and
you
a bridge
so much.
version.
Thank you so much for that.
It's
Yes,
the unbridled.
that's Ricky Cash.
It's the unbridled version.
You know what, Barbara? They were talking on the break. They said one of the names that they were considering when they were putting together the name for their show was Unbridled, Vegas Unbridled.
No, Unbridled Vegas.
Yep.
You were right.
You're right.
Okay, Vegas. well, it has both of those words in there.
That's right.
Well, you know, Carl Grasso, talking about giving blood. My buddy Carl gives blood all the time, and he went to give blood. And the doctor ran it and said, "You actually drink the scotch out of Scotch tape, don't you?" So they never took his blood.
Who is that laughing in the background?
My mother.
So Barbara, tell us a little bit more about. I just sent a text to Let's Talk About Your Hair. It's a salon here. It is the largest salon. It is 12,000 square feet, and they do hair and makeup. They have also facials. You know, they have estheticians. They have all kinds of events. They're teaming up with us. It's one of our sponsors, and I texted him to let him know about this idea about doing a spa day here for the wives of the veterans, of the wounded warriors. Are you there, Barbara?
Fabulous. I think that would be an excellent. We haven't done hair and nails yet because we haven't had a salon big enough. On the Hotel Dale, we can do 20 women at a time for a massage or facial because they have over 100 treatment rooms.
Oh my gosh!
But we haven't found a salon that could do hair and makeup. But that's how women nurture themselves. Like men, they go play golf. Some women too, and me included. But also a way a lot of women nurture ourselves is by pampering ourselves. So hair, nails, massage, facial would be a fabulous way to kind of just revel in our femininity and relax and rejuvenate. So I think that's a fabulous idea.
Yeah. So and also we're doing a program coming up for the TV show. We're calling it Stay Fit and Fabulous Forever. Stay fit and fabulous forever. And the goal is that we stay fit and fabulous forever, whatever shape, size, or age we are, or nationality for that matter. And so we're doing different things where we get together. In fact, John Stiles, I think you told me you guys were going to do something. You and Ricky and Aaron and possibly Chef Michael. Tell me about it.
We're talking about it.
You're still
threw us
talking.
under the bus,
You're
huh?
not sure. You're not sure you want to do it, right?
He threw us under the bus.
These
did
guys, they said that they might possibly do something to stay fit and fabulous forever along with our program, because mostly we're doing it with women.
It's a scheduling issue that we're trying to work out.
Well, it doesn't have to be, I mean, things like that can be done every single day.
Okay.
Aaron is just looking at me, he's just smiling. But it's so important. Go ahead.
Evan Davis, not Evan. How is Evan Davis? I haven't heard from that guy. Anyway, I mean,
Aaron Phillips.
Aaron Phillips.
Yes.
Let me help you along.
He
here.
said to me, "I want to do something special." He wanted to He wanted to go to Chicken Ranch, the Bordello, and he wanted to mentor those women to say, "Wait a minute, girls, you can stay fit and fabulous and with a different job, and we can open up a nice Jewish delicatessen."
There you go.
What do you think about that?
That's great.
Now that's one way to.
Well, I know you're kidding about that, Michael,
yeah.
but really, just like what Barbara's talking about, there's so many opportunities, and sometimes when you go to a foreign country and you see the limited rights of women, it's and children, of all, whether they're male or female, so it's good that you're out there, Barbara, trying to help and make a difference and supporting all these organizations to make a difference. There's Seroptis and different nonprofit organizations that are helping women and that are in bad situations.
God will bless you for what you have done, Barbara.
Well, actually, I'm trying to just bring a little heaven to earth right here. I'm not sure what's in the next life, but the enjoyment here. And also women's rights. If you follow my blogs, I do speak about a lot of controversial issues, and one of them is prostitution. And the legalization of prostitution has actually helped women in Nevada. The crime rate's down, and women are protected.
Right.
There's less sex trafficking, there's less problem with pimps because the government is protecting them and they have their unions. So Unbridled Freedom is not a moralistic religious foundation. It's humanistic, secular, for women's rights no matter what their choices are.
Right.
And I agree, I'm for giving women choices. There are some women who don't choose to be in the sex industry, and those women, such in Jamaica, they have no education. Mm-hmm. They have no other choice but to sell their bodies. Mm-hmm. In America, I have other choices, and if a woman wants, whatever a woman wants to do, that as long as it's her choice and she is empowered by that choice.
Barbara, being a chef 40 years ago, it was men that were chefs. Now today, you look at television, a lot of women, especially in the culinary schools.
Oh my gosh, a lot of women.
And they're doing a great job. Being chefs today are women, which is wonderful.
Well, I want to thank you again, Barbara, for calling in, and we're definitely. I'm going to get together with Peter Anthony over at Let's Talk About Your Hair, and also Stephanie. They're the owners of that salon over there on West Charleston. They are one of our sponsors. They help me with my hair, managing my hair, and we're gonna talk to you about getting together and setting up a spa day for the wives of the veterans, of the wounded veterans, right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, because that is something close to my heart, close to Chef Michael's heart, close to all of us. We want to support not only the veterans, wounded veterans that come back, but also their families, and this helping the wives to have a little bit of a break and have a spa day, I think, is a wonderful thing. And I want to also talk about this Unbridled memoir. Check out Unbridled, a memoir by Barbara McNally. And again, your website, Barbara?
is www.unbridledfreedom.com. And if you purchase the book, all funds go towards the foundation to provide days like this for women who have been wounded themselves, as it does affect the families.
So all the funds are going towards this.
Yes, so you're supporting it by purchasing Unbridled.
She's a woman after my own heart.
Well, thank you, and I'd love to co-sponsor. I do co-sponsor with many organizations. The YMCA Armed Forces is co-sponsoring Spa Day with me, so I would be happy to co-sponsor an event in Vegas.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Barbara. We appreciate you calling in on Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
Okay.
We'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you, Barbara.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
What a nice lady.
Isn't that great? Oh my
stuff.
gosh. We're not going to go to a break because we're just going to finish out. I want to talk to you guys a little bit. I know we've been talking about going to TV, and we're real excited about it, going to CW, CW at 6 or 33. And we're actually filming the segments right now. But we're still here on radio, and we haven't decided when we're going to be making the switch, but we're going to let you know as soon as we can. But we want to let you know that, of course, we want you to be involved in that with us.
Great. We're happy
so
to.
we're real excited about that.
I have to read over the contract.
You mean there's a contract?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I must
want
have
to
missed
see
that
what
memo.
the hell these two guys are going to be doing.
So do we.
I want to ask you guys, what do you think has been the most fun of being part of this show?
Chef Michael.
Well,
Besides Chef Michael, he's always fun.
The interaction between the two of you is classic. Obviously, Chef Michael brings his unique sense of humor to just about everything that goes on around here, and I love the way you two interact, because it's like, I'm going to kill him, or oh my God, that was so funny, I can't believe it. So it's every day, and I listen every day.
My mother said something to me, and I didn't get a chance to tell this to Barbara. I'm sure she's still listening. And this goes out to every guy that's out there. You got to be good in every room, not just in one. And today, most of these young guys, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They want to specialize in one room. You got to specialize in every room. And when you master every room, that's where the nucleus of a marriage success comes in. Trust me when I'm telling you.
Well, it's relationships are all about. I always call it interdependency. Where you're dependent on each other, but you're also independent of each other, because we have our own unique qualities, and that's just like Chef Michael has his unique qualities. He's a chef. He's a singer. He's a drummer. He plays piano. He plays guitar, but one of the biggest things that he has is his heart. He's got a big heart.
Yes, and a big wallet, too.
And even though he comes off a little, happy-go-lucky sometimes, he really has a big heart, and he does a lot to help others. And he's a little modest about talking about that sometimes, and sometimes he's not. But but that's why we love him, And I've got to say thank you to all of our wonderful friends and fans that are going to come out. And tonight, Tuscany Grill, where we're going to be playing, and the show starts at 8 o'clock, but we'd love to invite you out to dinner at 7. Come 6:30, 7 o'clock, have dinner, and join us, and then we'll have entertainment. We're going to have the wonderful, legendary Jimmy Molador with us, and David DeCosto is an excellent singer. He sings a lot of the Sinatra songs, Sammy Davis, Dean Martin songs, and of course, Chef Michael will be playing drums too. We've got 2 sets of drums set up. Oh my gosh, it's going to be fun.
and I want to thank again Ricky Cash and Erin Phelps for being a part of our team.
Oh yeah,
we love you guys, and we want nothing but the best. And remember, I'm a funny guy. We make it.
He's a funny guy.
You make it.
Let me
we
tell
go
you.
all the way together.
And also,
we appreciate that.
And really also, I want to remind everybody that you can call 702-940-1400. That's 702-940-1400 to make reservations for tonight. We're going to be there on Wednesdays at the Tuscany Grill, and we want to invite you out to join us. And also, on October the 19th, we have a big band event. My dad, Dick Kastel, is bringing his 16-piece orchestra to Canyon Gate Country Club. We're going to have Peter Pavone, Mark Giovi, Jimmy Molador, Michael Leonetti, myself, and Dick Kastel. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a sit-down dinner, and a show for just $35. So give me a call at 702-348-5707. That's 702-348-5707. And you can make a reservation and get your tickets for the show October 19th.
We have
October
our tuxedos.
19th.
We have our tuxedos all set. We'll be there on the 19th as
And
well.
a portion of the money proceeds
Goes
everybody,
to WEMA.
You know what that means? Sandy and I ain't making a dime. Just so you know that.
It's not about us making
It's
any
not
money.
about
It
making
really
money.
isn't. It's
It
about
isn't.
us doing just like Barbara McNally.
Exactly.
Donating all of the proceeds
Right.
from this book, Unbridled, to these organizations. And just like us, I donate the funds that we have with our monthly events at the house. You guys have been there.
Yep.
Once a month, WEMA has luncheons where we have Chef Michael, we have truffles and bacon, we have
Cafe de Boo.
Cafe de Cebu. They all make, they bring wonderful food. We have entertainers that come out and entertain us. It's a lot of fun. We also have special guests that share things. Last time we just had Marissa Rolfe, and she's from Let's Talk About Your Hair, and she's also my hair and makeup stylist for the TV show. And
Let's not
she
forget
was
Susan
there.
McKinney.
She was there showing how to do the smoky eye,
the
smoky eye,
smoky
and
eye.
all the ladies were gathered around. And as a matter of fact, you posted that up there, didn't you? All the photos from that. That's John
How about
Stiles.
the black eye? I was doing the black
And
eye.
the black eye, and then of course Chef Michael, as always, very entertaining.
One of the
yes.
things that
Because
we
Ice
do.
Bucket Challenge.
Go ahead. Well, one of the things that we do for Vegas Unwrapped to give back to the community is my own Ricky Cash fan club, and all the money that we get goes back into the projects to help people out there that God may need
a
some
little help.
shoes.
There you go. There you
Right.
go.
Buster Browns.
So tune in every Monday through Friday on Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show here on KLAV. We will be back tomorrow morning on KLAV, but also join us tonight at Tuscany Grill, and we are going to have a blast. Wonderful food, and I got to tell you, Jerry's a great chef. You'll meet Lou at the door, and Mike will be over in the other room. He'll be with the at the bar.
Right.
Yeah,
And the Grassels
serving
are coming,
everybody.
so bring
The
your
Grassels,
wallet,
the
Mr.
Tanners, the
Grassel. Spend
Pascals.
some money.
They're all coming out. Anyway, we'll see you tonight. Okay, bye-bye.
Says, don't go shame.